Thanks, coach. I'm trying to stop being a no Sabo kid, no Sabo, but my dad's half Puerto Rican and Dominican. How do I learn the slang? So my sort of like idea behind learning slang is that slang is like, we have words in any language that describe certain things, and slang is kind of like more niche down and more niche down cultural words. That's how I would sort of find slang. So what that means is like so a certain town could have its own slang, a certain country could have its own slang, and as any community on earth could have a certain slang. So what it really is just like words, and it doesn't necessarily have to be in its own language. And so the way I like to learn slang, with that in mind, with the fact that there's like very little logic to it, and more so it's just cultural experience, it is just doing the same thing I do for learning vocabulary, which is transcript training, which is just finding native content and then studying it. It is just doing that, but with specific like communities that you want to learn the slang of. And so the more niche it is, the more sort of slangy it is. And so like if you want to learn, say, Mexican slang, right? I know they'll say like "way" there, like for saying "dude" or something. Or I'm not that good at specific slang, but I know, for example, we have in Spain, Sevilla. I went to Sevilla, stayed there for like a week, and they say "illo" or "illa" for like, or it's like bro. It's kind of like a bro there. Or instead of "tío," "tia," which is another one common in Spain. And so you have a lot of these like different slangs. And so if I would try to learn that, I would either interact with natives that use those slang, right? Think about how you learned your own slang. You heard probably your parents or your friends or someone online using that slang word, and then you implemented it yourself. So yeah. So the number one way would just be speaking with those people. That's what I was doing. That's why I learned slang. Other way is you could just watch videos online, like explaining specific slang, but I don't directly recommend that. I would rather watch actual native pieces of content and then just learn the slang directly. And so usually slang won't be translated very well through DeepL, for example, a translator. And so you would just have to ask AI, which AI does have a decently good basis for slang. And so that's what I would do. That's what I'd recommend for learning slang. And so for Puerto Rican, I know they have that thing because of the Bad Bunny performance. So like Titi me pregunto, they have the thing, or for auntie, and other stuff like that. And so it is just watching that content and then doing transcript training, which makes sense, right? You get better at what you study, you get better at what you learn. And so if you study that, you're going to get better at that. Another thing is like just replacing because if you learn slang, you think about how you learn slang in English, it was probably through like TikTok or like, in real life with people. And so maybe try scrolling on TikTok, but in Spanish. You could maybe you could change the language of your phone or the like location of your device to a Spanish speaking country, and then you'll find like Spanish speaking TikToks. And that's what I did for a while, a bit, and it helped with slang.